Oop, I think I found it. Miku always keeps her desk so neatly arranged. There's a pile of reference materials and Miku's notes on the desk, so she said she'd put them together for me. Yoshino Takagawa. The woman in the photograph, name Yoshino Takagawa, 26. She was the only survivor of a plane crash that occurred in August. Following is a comment from a reporter named Ozawa, who covered it. When the plane crashed, Miss Takagawa was thrown out of the aircraft and was mostly untouched by the fire. Also, the arbor where she was thrown became a cushion, and she was thus miraculously saved. When rescued, her external injuries were mild burns, bruises, and scrapes. It was determined there was no threat to her life, but as it took 4 days to find her, she was very dehydrated, weak, and distressed, and she seemed to be suffering mentally. During those 4 days, she was surrounded by other victims, her relatives, and her lovers' corpses. Ugh. Next is what I heard from someone at hospital admissions. After hospitalization, she was extremely frightened of being alone and sleeping. She apparently had frightening dreams and would even hurt herself to stay awake. But over time, the amount she slept grew longer until she spent most of the day sleeping. At first, it was thought she was sleeping due to the psychological trauma she experienced, but her condition gradually grew worse, and she would sleep for 3 days straight. When she woke, she would complain of hallucinations, saying pain or there were bruises all over my body. She had the same problem as Ray. Oh my gosh, it's not bruises, they're tattoos. They're obviously tattoos. Ugh. As her hallucinations grew worse, she became less responsive to outside stimulus during her waking hours, and would sometimes mutter deliriously or sing lullabies. The past several days, she hasn't woken, and the rest is as Ray saw. This is also just a hospital rumor, but the staff has a long-standing urban legend amongst themselves about patients like Takagawa, or who they call lost patients. I want to hear more about these lost patients. Placed between the pages of Miku's notebooks is a copy of a newspaper cutting with today's date written on it. Patient disappears. On the night of the 9th, a patient disappeared from her ward in Katsuragi Hospital, and the police are currently searching for her. The missing person is the sole survivor of the August plane crash, Yoshino Takagawa, 26. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much these games reiterate information. Seriously, how many times have we heard she's the only survivor of a plane crash, and that her name is Yoshino Takagawa? How many times? A lot. I realize, oh, you're getting different pieces of information from different people, but really? Unless I get new information from this newspaper article, I'm going to be disappointed. Miss Takagawa became emotionally unstable after the accident. She was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and hospitalized long-term. Also stuff we already know. The hospital's response to her disappearance went no further than we are investigating the details. Miss Takagawa lost all her family in the accident, concerns have been raised about the current whereabouts, blah blah blah. More or less, everything we already know restated once again for what is the millionth time. This is unnecessary. Ugh. Jeez. That picture staring on the desk has been laid flat. Is this a photo of Miku? Miku with man. The photo shows Miku with a kind-looking young man. A boyfriend? No, more likely brother and sister. She's always been cheerful enough, but I don't think I've ever seen her look quite this contented. Oh, I heard she had lost a family member. Could this person in the picture be? Probably. Right. I'm trying to open notebook while it shifts the night. Notebook. Miku Hinasaki. The girl who works as my assistant. She's the sister of Yu's best friend. I heard she lost a relative. The photo on her desk showed her with a young man who looked like her brother. Wait a second. Yu's best friend is her brother, and Ray doesn't know this fellow, even though they're engaged? And she doesn't know what he looks like? Wouldn't you have pictures of him with Mafuyu? That's just shoddy writing. She's always been a cheerful person, but I haven't often seen her smile as happily as in that picture. I wonder if the person she lost was someone she was very close to. I wonder. Maybe she lost someone special, just like me. Oh my god, foreshadowing. No, a man asleep. I didn't read this. Inside the house was a courtyard. It was snowing. There was a line of graves and an even older house looming up behind. Oh, it's two different houses? Interesting. Disappearances. According to Miku's research, Yoshino Takagawa was asleep almost all the time, just before she disappeared. After the accident, she slept longer and longer hours, and whenever she woke up, she would hum what sounded like a lullaby. Apparently, the medical community is abuzz with rumors of similar occurrences. Hospital patients who disappeared. Is this another of those urban legends? See, I don't mind the notebook reiterating information we already know, because it kind of sums it up and kind of reads out the logical conclusion of the bits of information. If we got the information, and then the notebook updated with a kind of summary, and that, last question maybe of, is this another of those urban legends? Just kind of help remind the player of all the little different plot points going on. That would be fine. It's the fact that we get like two different newspaper clippings, Miku reiterating what's been going on with this one character 5 different times, Rei reiterating it. It drives me insane. And I like the story. I mean, that's all the writing. It's just some of the individual stuff gets a little nonsensical, like different information that people know. Yeah. It just makes no sense when you think about normal human interaction. Anywho, let's what save do I want? I want to oversave my save from the beginning of this night. Night 3. I'm pretty sure this is the most recent, so I want this one. Yes, I do want this one. There we go. Alright. Assuming I find nothing in the house from wandering around, I'll see you all for part 5. Otherwise, well, I'm about to start wandering around. So, I was wandering around the house, and nothing happened, and I was like, cool, and I went to go to sleep. And then it told me I need to go develop the photos and give them to Miku, and I was like, right. So here I am, about to develop those photos. Let's see what they are. Creepy graves. This was like the grave mound in the courtyard by the stairwell. Maybe I can learn something from this photo. Oh, this is the hand one. Oh, I can see creepiness. Black human-shaped stains mark the walls of the narrow corridor. Maybe I can find something out about this. Oh, this one's been developed. Human-shaped stains. The narrow corridor on the other side of the door where I heard the moaning was strewn with sacred rope and paper. The walls were covered with human-shaped stains. There was a black stain left behind when Yoshino Takagawa vanished. Did something happen on those walls as well? Maybe. I don't know why she talks in like maybes and I thinks and supposes when you can see something happen to those walls. I mean, a ghost popped out from one of the stains. Something happened. There's no maybe. Alright, let's go talk to Miku. I hope it'll let me. Ooh, yes. Good. Miku, I have stuff for you. Oh, you get to pet the kitty.
Are you having trouble sleeping?
Ooh, I forgot to give you something.
What can I do for you?
Miku, I was wondering if you could research this photograph for me. Photographs. Thanks. Miku, oh god. Really?
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
That's the plan. How have I been working hard? I haven't done any work between then and now. Well, I guess I've been investigating to... Well, you've been doing all the investigating, Miku. Not me. I was not working hard. I'm working hard all night long. Just, why would you know that? You wouldn't, because I haven't told you, because even though we're like the bestest of buddies, and so close, I am not telling you about my horrible nightmares, strange ghosts, and the fact that there's a ghost in the house. I'm good like that. Well, I'll see you all for part 5, when we venture once more into the house. And maybe finally make some progress past that door you keeps going in. That looks different on the other side than it did the first time we went through it, which is kind of weirding me out. Until next time.